Right, let's get up on the Skype wall. Delighted to say the rather interesting visage of Stuart, Newcastle fan, has just popped up on that Skype wall. Always great to see Stu on the show. Stu, good evening to you. I think you've come on to have a bit of a moan, haven't you, about the ineptitude of English clubs in Europe this season?
Yeah, good evening, guys. Yeah, it's just the way English football at the moment, it seems to be going on a downhill where like teams like the Spanish, Spain, Holland, they're starting to improve, and we're just looking lost at the moment this season. I know it's only one season, but it's kind of worrying when Newcastle are looking in, trying to get into Europe, when you see Manchester United and Manchester City get put out of the Europa League at this stage.
Yeah, on the same night. I've got Daniel with me. Daniel's a broadcaster and commentator. Daniel, what would you say to that?
I mean, I agree largely that...
well, there's two of you then. Two of you who are so totally unpatriotic that we think a few of our teams have gone out, let's kick them while we're down, eh?
No, it's not to do with being patriotic. It's to do with the best football is not
played in England.
Well,
there's nothing wrong with being patriotic. There's nothing wrong with being patriotic.
I didn't say that
there was.
You're
fed up of being called a little Englander because I want English clubs to do well in Europe.
No one said that. You can want them to do well if you like. Personally, I want United to do well, and I'm not too bothered about the others.
Yeah, well, like you said, that's disgraceful. You don't want Chelsea to do well. Let me ask Stu here. Stu's a Newcastle fan. He's a very fair-minded and broad-minded guy. Stu, do you want Chelsea to go as far as they possibly can in the Champions League, maybe to the final?
No.
Why not?
I'm a big fan of the Spanish game. I love the way they pass the ball, and
hang on, mate. I like
to see good football win.
Yeah, but hang on. That's not what I asked you. Chelsea are an English club. It's attended by English fans. It has a ground built in the English capital, London. Surely you must have loyalties. What are you laughing at? Surely you must have loyalties to Chelsea more than you have over... I mean, what contact have you got with Spain, apart from the fact that you probably went there with your parents as a kid to run up and down the beach in Benidorm?
I'm a very, very bitter Newcastle United fan, and I don't like anyone having success because we haven't had it for so long. So I'm not patriotic. I'd like to see our team struggle in Europe, and yeah, that's probably bad, but I'm a Newcastle fan and I'm a cynic.
Yeah, Dan, explain your behaviour, please.
You see, for me, there's two things. I mean, first of all, if it's an English team to whom I don't have any feelings one way or the other, like if it's, I don't know, name like a, but okay, so let's take Chelsea for example. First of all, look at the players that play for them. John Terry. Do I want John Terry to have any success?
Yeah.
No, I want him to know only misery in his miserable life.
Yeah.
Same applies to Frank Lampard.
Yeah.
Same applies to Ashley Cole.
Yeah.
And then I look at why Chelsea are there in the first place, and the reason that they're there is because Roman Abramovich decided to chuck a load of money at them. That's to me not football. Football is building a club. And that's not what's gone on at Chelsea.
Yeah.
And I feel the same. Obviously, I'm a United supporter, so I don't like City anyway. But I also don't respect the way City have gone about trying to become successful. Yeah. And I'm pleased that they're trying to do something about that. UEFA are going to try and stop that happening now, because that again, it's not football. It's not winning the lottery. It's building a football club. So there are those two elements of personal antipathy towards horrible people, and we want it to be about sport and competition, not about money and luck.
Yeah. Hang on, let me ask you this, Stu. Supposing Chelsea played Barcelona in the final of the Champions League in is it the Allianz?
Yeah.
In the Allianz Stadium, who would you be rooting for?
Barcelona all the way.
I don't get that. I really don't get that.
You want John Terry to celebrate?
Well, I just want an English team to lift the Champions League.
If it was Arsenal, I like Arsenal's way of playing football. I like the way they're set up, the way they've built their team. I would support Arsenal in that instance, but I don't like Chelsea. I don't like Manchester City.
Yeah.
I don't really like Manchester United because they beat us the title those few times ago.
Yeah.
But Arsenal, I like their football, so I'd support them. But other teams, I'm not that fussed about.
But there's only one team left in the Champions League.
So here's another thing also. Like the Champions League is a cup competition.
Yeah.
So in theory, like anyone can win.
Yeah.
But the point of it is to find out who the best team in Europe is.
Yeah.
So generally, I find myself wanting the best team to win.
Yeah.
So if Barcelona are playing Chelsea. Aside from any other biases that I have, I mean, if Barcelona were playing Bayern Munich, I would still want Barcelona to win because I want the best team to win. I don't want it to come down to which team happens to get a bit of luck on a particular day. So, I mean, there's also that. And I mean, when Liverpool winning the European Cup almost made a mockery of the whole competition.
No, it didn't. It was the most brilliant final ever. And I'm sorry, but they did it for one man, and they did it because of one man. That one man was Steven Gerrard. Everton got beaten this week, sadly, by Liverpool 3-0. Gerrard scored 3. Graham Souness said, had Gerrard been playing for Everton, Everton would have won 3-0. That's the sort of guy Steven Gerrard is. Stu, I want to thank you for coming on tonight, but I want you to think very carefully about this. I may have to ban you from the show in future because of your completely unpatriotic views on what goes on. Here at Sports Night Live, you know, we sing for the English. And the Scots and the Welsh and the Irish, but there's only an English team left in the Champions League. We want them to win. That's my view coming from me. Daniel doesn't agree with me. Find out what he thinks. Not very many
English players either.
Well, it's an English team and it's based here. We'll see Stu again. Stay ahead of the game with Sports Tonight Live. Don't miss a thing. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Search for Sports Tonight Live on Facebook and like our fan page. Follow Sports Tonight TV on Twitter and tweet us your thoughts and opinions. Sports Tonight Live, it's the platform for the fans.